Hey, how's it going? So I just want to give you a bit of power, and you know, some streamers, they say, oh, I'm gonna ban you, I'm gonna ban you. Now you can ban streamers too. You can ban channels and you can ban categories. You see I have those little X's in here. That's because I'm running what's called a unwanted Twitch blocker. So it's a Google Chrome extension. Just it's completely free, download it, and you can just ban whoever is like trolling. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, somebody's has some kind of weird. You see, like, just X them, and then that's it. They don't appear in your feed, and they don't appear in when you browse, right? So I don't know, you want to watch some Grand Theft Auto, you don't like some dude appearing, he's annoying, just yoink, and he's gone, right? Of course, you can click on Manage List, you can unblock them later, but I'm just saying that, you know, there's a lot of trash content on social media, and it will mess with your focus. So this is one way of dealing with it, is unwanted Twitch blocker, right? Another one is I have, it's called, you can do YouTube channel blocker because YouTube is just a pile of trash content. Most of the stuff on YouTube that is being promoted is literally trash content. So the way to get rid of it is, it's called, there's two. One is called the news feed blocker, right? And the second one is channel blocker. So look, if I go to my YouTube, you'll see I have nothing in the feed. You see? It's completely blank. No recommendations, nothing, right? So this is like Google, right? The only thing that I can find is something that I'm looking for, right? So I don't have any cat video recommendations. I don't have any video recommendations from people that are like, oh, let's just throw a Mercedes into a jelly and see what happens from like a skyscraper. You know what I mean? All this like junk, stupid trash content. Your brain loves this stuff because there is a bit of dopamine release. I don't know, but you see, trash content producers, they specialize on dopamine videos, right? Think of them as a, let's say you go to the store to buy food, right? There's two types of food. There is food that actually gives you nutritional value, and then there is ookie-gookie food, like crisps, you know, like the, what else, like flavored, like there are those thingies where you put them in your mouth and you get that like super release of dopamine. It's just flavoring. So that food is not really good for you, but your brain loves it. Your brain just absolutely loves it, right? Why? Because it's so much dopamine release. Your brain is kind of silly. It doesn't understand the difference between what's good for you and what's bad for you. If it releases dopamine, it will tell you do it, right? So you have to regulate your brain. You have to regulate it, right? So, like I said before, this is news feed blocker, right? It's called news feed eradicator. Right, so you can see in here, that's the extension, Newsfeed Eradicator. Now it works for Facebook's, LinkedIn. What else does it work for? Let's see. Reddit, GitHub, Twitter, Instagram. Basically all those social media sites. And you can add your own quotes if you want. Basically it replaces the feed with a quote. Right, so then the next problem becomes when you look for, let's say, how to become good at JavaScript, okay? Now, you're gonna get salespeople when you do that, all right? You're gonna get like salespeople, like this guy's a salesperson, by the way. You need to ban him. Right, so you see I have this X thing, and he's gone, right? Do you see? This guy's actually a salesperson as well. Now, most of them are gonna be like, yeah, you know, JavaScript is this, JavaScript is that. They will ask you to buy their book or promote some kind of affiliate marketing link or something like that, right? So you need to ban them through channel blocker. This way they do not appear in your search list, right? So you only get quality guys, right? Basically, you have to go through. Now, governments wanted to regulate internet to stop people from, because you think about it this way: on YouTube, anybody can post anything and claim anything. They can say they worked in United States government, they built the security for the Pentagon, and now they're on YouTube telling you how to become good at security, network security. Do you know what I mean? All of his claims could be BS. Most of them, you can spot them very easily. Most of the time, they're good looking, have nice teeth, right? Very well groomed, and they talk really well. And they don't really talk a lot about technical terms. They usually they kind of talk around technical. They don't use any technical jargon, right? I would love to show you some examples, but I mean they tend to, I already banned probably most of them. Let me see. Actually, if I go into like this, I probably can find them. I'll show you. There is a guy. He's pure salesperson, and I got caught by him when I started my programming career. Right, it was a how to be good at programming. No, that's not him. Yeah, this guy here. This guy is a salesperson, right? Look. Look, okay, what do we see, right? Well groomed, right? And he never talks about programming ever. Like, all of this stuff in the background is fake. He probably doesn't even know how to program. I would go as far as to say. Because when I was like a starter, when I first started my programming journey, right, what he was saying made sense to me, right? But now, because I'm experienced, I mean, I'm very, very good at programming, I can tell you he's not a programmer. Because the way he talks and the way he thinks is just, that's not the way programmers think, right? So I can detect them. But because also I know finance, I can tell you what finance people are BS and what finance people are not. But because people are beginners, most of the time, they don't know, right? So distinguishing for you is going to be a challenge, but over time you will learn. Typically, you can watch Mike Winnett. Yeah, Mike Winnett. He has Entrepreneur's Formula. Yeah, Entrepreneurs. Bingo. There you go. Entrepreneurs Bingo. Yeah. So you can watch those, and you can see kind of how entrepreneurs make money. Well, kind of how scammers make money, right? You will notice a pattern, and like Bingo is all about this pattern, right? And when you watch a YouTuber, if he kind of gives you a hint, if you like, you'll get a sense that he's kind of like that, you probably should not kind of trust him, right? Because on YouTube there is a lot of scammers. I don't know how to explain it, right? Because you see, there are two type of kind of people. The best explanation I ever heard was there are people who teach you how to fish, and there are people who are trying to sell you a book on teaching you how to catch the fish. So the guy who's trying to sell you the book, his purpose is not to teach you how to fish. He just wants you to sell the book, right? So he's going to be different to the guy who is going to be actually teaching you how to fish. Now, the guy who's going to be teaching you how to fish is going to be boring most of the time, right? Because learning stuff is unfortunately most of the time quite boring, right? Because he's going to open your Visual Studio Code, let us show you how to create a variable, right? You first declare your variable. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like It's kind of like, dude, it's not super exciting. But the guy's like, but the other guy is gonna be like, yeah, so if you buy my book, you're gonna land a job at Amazon in 9 months. I guarantee you, I have student testimonials to prove this, back this up. All of them took my course, and now they're making $1 million per quarter thanks to my course, right? Now that's kind of exciting. You want to do no work and get paid $1 million, right? Everybody does, right? So they will appeal to that, right? So I'm just saying that. Watch this, and if they are like that, yoink, they're gone. Okay? Click the magic button. Alright, so we have 3, right? So we have Unwanted Twitch blocker, we have the news feed Eradicator, and we have channel blocker. That should be enough for you to not waste your life on scammers, and if you just uninstall League of Legends, then you should be fine. You basically need to detox your brain for a while until it will start having ability to have fun or have taste for other things other than these super high dopamine releasing activities, right? Because your brain is kind of silly. It just jumps on whatever produces the most dopamine, right? And the problem, there is a bit of a problem with that is, let's say, I give it like, this is my favorite example. If you eat crisps too many times, if you just eat crisps, you will lose ability to taste anything else. Does that make sense? If you just eat a lot of crisps, eating an apple will give you 0 dopamine because your brain just cannot process such a small dose of dopamine. Does that make sense? Because crisps just slam you with dopamine. It's such a drug. So your brain kind of gets used to it, and then kind of like sugar. I don't know if you tried sugar as a productivity tool. Like over time, what happens, you start to create, your brain develops this called a tolerance, right? Dopamine tolerance level, right? So the more you consume it, the higher the dosage, the more tolerant it becomes. So you start to need more and more and more and more. So that's how you play League of Legends. Now League of Legends is not enough anymore. Now you need to watch YouTube and play League of Legends between your breaks. Now this is not high enough anymore. Now you need to listen to music and play League of Legends and watch YouTube video, daily dose of internet, right? Now that's not enough anymore. Now you need a energy drink. Now you need a burger with it. Do you know what I'm saying? And this kind of like this cycle of, and then somebody tells you, hey, you need to stop playing League, and then you realize you can't even taste any food unless it's like jammed with flavorings. Do you know what I mean? So you need to kind of step away from the process. Basically, I'm trying to tell you, don't eat crisps, because the reason why you cannot eat apples right now is because you ate too much crisps. You need like 3 days to detox your brain. At that point, when your brain resets its dopamine kind of ability to detect dopamine, you will be able to eat apple, and apple is going to be fine, right? You will be able to watch a boring video, and you will get some satisfaction out of it, right? But if you watch this daily dose of internet, all this mumbo jumbo, it's going to be very hard for you to learn anything, because you're just going to fall asleep, because your brain just cannot get any dopamine out of it. So I'm just saying, you have to block those extremely high dopamine activities out of your life. Otherwise, you just it's going to be hard to live, you know what I mean? It's going to be hard to do anything that is meaningful, because a lot of that meaningful stuff, like learning, becoming good at your job, you know, being a good partner, being a good father, they're not exactly watching daily dose of internet, if you know what I mean, right? So I'm just saying that you need to make decisions in your life, and I'm giving you tools. If you make the decision to be kind of responsible human being, in control of your life, have goals, these are the tools that will help you, right? Okay, take care. And if you have any better tools, I'm always up for an upgrade. So just link them in the description below. Read and act on them. Take care.